This episode of the Bie Podcast is sponsored by Maxima Studios. They produce quality content. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Bie Podcast.
So, as always, we are your hosts, Izzy and Ellie, and today we're discussing the representation of gay people in the media and how it has affected our own journeys.
To start with, we're going to talk about our personal favourites. Izzy, what's yours?
So, I definitely love How I Met Your Mother, and although there's not really a plot or any main characters that are really into that in the LGBTQ community, Lily is a main character. She's part of the group and she's a grown woman, but she definitely has a lot of thoughts about having sexual intercourse with other women. And she's married and she's in a very happy relationship with Marshall.
Oh, I didn't realise she was married.
Yeah, she's married, but she makes a lot of jokes about it. And I feel like so this show started in 2005 and the directors were already, like kind of portraying a character that could potentially be a bisexual person. And I think that it just shows that we've come a long way.
Yeah. So instead of it being a butt of a joke, it's actually real. People make it into full storylines. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think it is too. I just wish that maybe they explored her character a bit more with the sexuality thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't very deep at all.
Do you have any examples of scenes she was in?
There was a scene where, not quite the most appropriate scene, but she was, I think she dreamt about Robin, her best friend, and she was just saying how they were doing sexual things together and stuff like that. And she keeps hinting to Robin about how it would be so funny, oh my God, if they did something together. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, what about yours?
So I've chosen RuPaul's Drag Race to talk about. Now, obviously, I'm not a gay man. That's a shocker. But for me, I started watching that show when I was way too young. I was 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Well, for a show like that, I should not have been watching it. But I think what made me love it so much was how confident the people were. Now, most of these guys, they were misfits in school. They were bullied. And, to grow up and to have so much confidence, even when you've been through all of that, I don't know, it's incredible.
It's inspiring.
It really is, yeah. And they're as weird as they want. They do whatever they want. They look the way they want. They're as eccentric as they can possibly be. And I'm really inspired by that, honestly.
Yeah.
I wish I could have the confidence, half the confidence of any of those men.
Yeah, I feel like watching that at such a young age, you've really been brought up with... It's good. I think it's made you a good person.
Thank you. But yeah, and recently, in the show, they've started doing more things where they've included different types of people. So instead of just having drag queens, they have people that are transgender or they're thinking about transitioning or in the middle of transitioning. And it's just showing people at different stages of their journey. And it's there's men, there's women, all these people are on it, and everyone's just they're just united by their love or the passion of doing what they do.
That's really happy. Yeah, that's really nice.
It's just nice. I think the show's it's got a really good message behind it. People just think it's gay men twerking and heels.
Yeah,
well, for a lot of it is, but in general, yeah, I really love it.
Yeah, I've never watched it before, but from what you've said, I feel like it could bring a really good mindset to younger people.
Yeah. I mean, it is slightly inappropriate, to be fair, in places. But, apart from that, yeah, maybe a little bit older, but yeah. Let's talk about our favourite TV show that we both love.
Okay.
Sex Education.
Yes, it's iconic.
It really is.
As soon as it came out, I was not aware of how diverse the show was going to be, how well thought out it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought it'd only be really talking about, the main character, Otis.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be about all these different people's situations.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's relatable, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to many aspects of it. So I feel like the people that are part of the LGBTQ plus community in that show, it's really normalized. Not much of the plotline is actually about them being just gay. You know?
There's so much more to it than that. Eric. Yeah, he's gay, and that is a massive part of his plotline, but he's also black, he's also religious, he's got all these cultural backgrounds, and, he's, about his family, and it's, there's so much more than, just his sexuality that's brought up, and, he's not just a gay best friend, he's, really there.
Yeah. He's not, one of those side characters that you hardly know anything about.
Yeah.
Considering Otis is the main character. He's so deep, and I feel like many people can relate to a lot of things he's he was going through in that show.
Yeah, 100%. And then there's Adam.
Yes.
He's a very different character.
Very different.
Season 1, he
is a complete bully, and it's just...
Yeah, he's this massive bully. He's horrible. And then out of nowhere, it feels like. I did not expect that scene.
No, definitely.
Where,
they do things together as gay people, and they unite together. And even though Adam has been a complete and utter jerk,
they somehow fall in love.
Yeah, they really do. And I don't think Adam realizes this, but it's beautiful. It might be a bit sexual, and sometimes maybe the scenes are a bit like, okay, like we're teens, we don't really need that much detail.
It is a bit too much at times.
But I feel like when they unite and they do things together that gay people do.
That's one way of saying it.
It's so, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is so nice to watch.
And then the scene with them in the science room when they held hands and read the lesson, it's just so sweet. So then we had this bully, and then season 2 comes around. Yeah, he's just come back from the military because like his dad
kicked him out.
Yeah, kicked him out
because he was a jerk.
And he was brought by this whole new person who had a lot less anger and was a lot more peaceful, and he was a lot more lovely to watch, and like I grew to really like him as a character.
You would not recognise him from...
I know.
Very impressive. I loved what the writers did with Adam.
Yeah. It was a really, really good just performance from him in the whole, like, in every way.
Yeah. But I feel like we talked earlier about the end, not the ending, but near the end where they do the show.
Where
and Adam comes on, and it's about to be this big, like, romantic gesture.
It's a massive build-up. There's a musical. There's a
musical. He stops the musical, and it's like, oh my god, he's gonna like kiss him in front of everyone, and it's gonna be so romantic. And what does he do, Ellie? What does he do?
He holds his hand.
He says, "Can I hold your hand?"
But here's the thing. I know you don't think it's like enough. You think it's a bit petty. Something as simple as holding a hand is so hard for him because he's so insecure about being gay. Yeah. For him to do that in front of everybody, in front of his dad, in front of all the classmates that now hate him, for him just to do it, it may be such a simple thing, but it's kind of nice that it's just this little simple thing.
I mean, it's very like, maybe, I don't know, it's small, but it shows that you care about that person. Yeah. I know like lots of people hold hands and like friends hold hands and stuff, but when you're in that situation, it's, I don't know, it means something, you know?
One of the characters we didn't talk about, off the podcast, but I was just thinking about is the French exchange student who he and Eric ends up dating. What do you think of him as a character?
I find him very confusing as a character.
I thought, not that it was boring, but he just didn't have a lot of depth to him.
He doesn't have any... Yeah, he's gay, and like, great, you're gay, like, fantastic.
Attractive, gay,
That's
popular.
Not the only... Very attractive. That's not the only personality trait you can have. I feel like, I don't know if they did that on purpose, but the writers just didn't seem to have developed him as a character at all.
There was nothing
there.
There was nothing to him as a character. Yeah, he was gay and he was a nice boyfriend. Yeah. But like, there was nothing else. Like, there was no other issues he had. Or, like, we didn't learn anything about him really throughout the series.
I mean, maybe in season 3 we'll find out more about him, but
if he stays in the series, well, I don't feel like he will.
But I feel like if he leaves, then that character was just like the waste of a character, really. Yeah,
they could have done so much more with him. Yeah. What they ended up not doing. But, I mean, it did the job of just proving how good Adam and Eric will hopefully be together. I just hope Adam doesn't screw up.
I don't know. I'm not keen on Adam at all.
After the second season, I, like, really loved him.
Yeah, I can tell you're really inspired by the journey he's been on. But
we know what it's been like in the past, and I definitely think that's...
I feel like he is just emotionally unavailable. I feel like that is the thing that I'm just like, no, I don't want Adam to be with this guy.
But the scene at the end of the episode when he was talking to Eric's family, and he was smiling.
I know, like, he would have never done that in season 1.
Exactly.
He would have ran away from that, but...
So, like, so there's something coming out of him, and I hope we see more of that.
Yeah, in season 3, I will be very disappointed if he doesn't, you know, start to really become who he is.
It'll be interesting to watch season 3.
Very interesting. I'm very excited.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yes.
This was one that probably, like, made me realise my own sexuality, and, like, it was just the biggest deal for me at the time. I don't remember what year I started watching this. Maybe year 8, year 7.
Before that, did you know about your sexuality?
I definitely, like, there was hints and, like, there was ideas, but I never thought about it. I never made me realise anything. But this was a show that made me come out to my mum.
That's really sweet. That's really nice.
So, okay, so let's talk about the characters first. So, there's Daryl.
Yes.
I just love him as a character.
He's a god.
So he is, if you haven't watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, he is the boss to the main character, and they work in a law firm. He is like this, 50-something old guy who just works in a law firm with a tash. And, like...
he rocks it.
Because, like, with most, like, gay characters, I feel like they always try and make them look really attractive and, like, muscly and, like, cool, but, like, anyone can be gay. Yeah. Anyone can. Even this podgy little guy with a mustache.
Yeah.
And he ended up falling in love with this really hot guy called Josh. They ended up having a lovely relationship, and he made a song about being bisexual. And I was probably midway through year 9, and that was around when the episode came out.
Yeah.
And firstly, amazing song. Let's listen to it. We'll insert a clip here of the song because it is
I'm getting by. Oh yeah, I'm letting my bi flag fly. Not gonna hide it, not gonna lie.
Beautiful. Just this middle-aged man dancing around an office, just singing about being bisexual. And I had been trying for a while to tell my mum that I was bisexual, and I literally couldn't say it. I don't know why, but, like, I just couldn't, like, get the words out. I felt like I physically couldn't say it. And, like, I would just be sitting there, like, trying to say it, and then I'd be crying because I couldn't say it. And she's like, why are you crying?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And I just couldn't tell her what's wrong.
Do you think that maybe deep down you were a bit disgusted at yourself?
Yeah, massively. Yeah. I hated it. And I was like, I was trying to forget about it. I didn't want it to be
I get that.
anything to do with me. But, I literally could not tell her in person.
Yeah.
So I was in the middle of, like, a science lesson, and I never listened in science lessons, so I was just on my phone, and the video popped up on my notification, and I was like, And then I decided to send it to my mum. Yeah. And I was like, can you please watch this? And she was like, yeah, I watched it. It was good. Why did you send it to me? And she was like, I'm Daryl. I'm bisexual.
Oh, what did she say?
And she was like, oh my God, I'm so happy you told me. I love you so much.
That's so sweet.
And then I got home and I cried so much. And, like, it was just a massive
happiness,
relief.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. She was brilliant about it. Like, my mum, she could not have took it better. Yeah. She was just hugging me and telling me, like, you know, how, like, proud she was for telling me, and I was like, well, didn't really tell you, you know. I've got a 50-year-old man to tell you through dancing. But yeah, that show really helped me. Yeah. You know? So yeah, amazing show.
That was a really nice coming out story.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's a shame not everyone can experience that.
I know.
Lovely.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, bless me.
Do you want to talk about your coming out story yet?
Yeah, sure. So, to link it to the media, a lot of celebrities started coming out when I was just so confused about my sexuality, because I knew I liked women's bodies and certain aspects of them, but I felt so disgusted at myself for feeling that. Like, Izzy, why are you doing this to yourself? You need to, like you said, forget about it. Yeah. But those kind of things you can't forget about, you know? It's not something you can just be like, oh, that's not part of me anymore. Well, it is, so deal with it. So, someone like Hailey, how do you say her surname? Kiyoko. I don't know. Is she a lesbian or bisexual?
Bisexual.
Yeah, she's bisexual. And when I found out about her and Stephanie Scott, oh my God, she's the most beautiful woman on this planet. But yeah, just looking at those people, I realised bisexuality is a thing, and I don't have to be a full lesbian to, you know. So I was mentioning it to my parents over the years, because I knew since, God, I think year 8 I kind of knew.
Yeah, I feel like that's always like everyone's time period.
Yeah,
work it out.
I feel like the hormones just kind of make everything a lot more dramatic than it should be.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I just eventually just came out to my parents and said it, and they just said that, Izzy, it's just a phase, you're being stupid. they implied I was disgusting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it wasn't the nicest. I talked to my grandparents about it too. They also said I didn't come out to them. I told them, what would you do if I was? Call me disgusting. They said that they would be really unhappy with me. And
jeez.
So over the years, I was like, I'm not going to marry a woman. I mean, that would just ruin my relationship with my family. But then I realised women are great. I love women so much.
Good.
And at this point, I'm in a phase right now where it's like, I'm so more attracted to women right now than men. And if I marry a woman, I don't care. If my parents hate me for it, oh wow, too bad, you know?
But they're parents and they will come around to it.
They will.
Because
they have to.
That's life. They can't not.
If they don't, then that's just quirky, relatable teen without parents. It is okay to be gay. It literally is, guys.
Like, literally anyone can be. Like, people just expect it to be, like, really buff girls with the lesbian haircut.
Yeah.
Or, like, really, like, flamboyant guys. But it can literally be anybody.
Yeah. So when you really think about it, I just feel like homophobia has been kind of... It's been... I don't know
What's the word should I go for?
I don't know. Homophobia has been...
You can do this. This is a quote we're going to use for the podcast. Come on.
Homophobia has definitely kind of blown over a bit.
Yeah, it's getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like now when I tell people my response, like, when I get responses when people find out, they don't care.
They don't care anymore. It's not an actual thing anymore.
It's not a big deal. Like, people are like, oh, okay, and they move on.
Yeah, like, guys, I'm bi. Like, that's nice.
Okay. And then you move on. It doesn't have to be a thing. It doesn't have to be a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like it's so normalised now, and I'm so grateful for that. But I just wish
definitely.
that older generations could understand that we're just being ourselves, for goodness sake. Like, love who you want to love. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I just think that because obviously we're starting to get out of the era of, like, the older people, obviously, they grew up with it being seen as wrong.
Yeah.
But as we grow up, we're going to be accepting. So, like, the generations in the future now, they're going to be okay because they're going to have us as parents. And it just makes me glad that, like, to know future generations are going to be okay. Okay, so we asked the audience to tell us their favourite LGBT shows and characters. I asked this on Instagram on a poll, and we're going to look at some of the responses.
Because we love responses.
Exactly. So Drag Race and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend both came up.
Yeah.
So
thanks, guys, for those.
thank you. Eric from Sex Education came up. I've never watched Perks of Being a Wallflower. Have you?
No. Captain Holt, is that his name?
Yeah.
It's just, again, I keep repeating myself, but the relationship between him and his husband, forgot his name. Yeah. Sorry, you're a bit irrelevant. It's so normalised, and it's not a thing. And that makes me so happy.
It shouldn't. Like, it makes me happy when they do that.
Yeah.
Marceline from Adventure Time. Have you ever watched Adventure Time?
I have, but I do not know who that is.
I think the gothic one.
Oh.
Long black hair.
I thought it was that rainbow girl. I don't know.
Maybe. I know they were in a relationship together. It's cool to do that.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
That's what I'm thinking, like, having that in a kid's show. Yes. I want more, like, Disney shows or, like, kids shows. Just, like, not in a horrible way, but, like, just in, like, just there. Just
100%.
have two mums.
Now that you've mentioned that, loads of rumours were going around that Elsa was going to be a lesbian. I was so angry when someone came up to me and said, I just watched Frozen 2 and she was not a lesbian. I
just want to, like, have... It'd be nice to have it in there, just for kids, so if they do ever think that, they're like, oh, it's okay.
Because
the
then,
TV show.
Yeah, for example, people with two mums or two dads, like, you don't want them you don't want to make them feel like they don't belong, because they do belong. And
it's normal, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that they cowardly just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Disney annoyed me with that.
Casey from Atypical. Have you watched Atypical?
I watched a few episodes. I didn't really like it.
It's really good.
I got to the point where he was trying to get with his therapist, and then I was like, this is kind of weird. Am I talking about the right show?
Yeah, it was weird. But she ended up being bisexual, and now she's dating one of the girls on our track team.
Oh my god.
I love her character. I love the relationship she's in. I love that it's not made a big deal. Like, her parents were fine with it, and like it's a nice it's just like, because she's obviously not a main character, so like it's just a nice little sub story that's there. And I don't know, I thought that was nice. There's something about Shadowhunters. I've never watched Shadowhunters.
I don't even know what that is.
So I think it's time to wrap up.
Yes, I think it is time to wrap up. So just one more mention of our great sponsor, Maximus Studio.
Oh my god, Maximus Studios! Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, appreciate you and your work. Keep working hard. And
thank you so much for listening.
Hey,
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye!